Hello and welcome to the Full Force News Burst Live with me, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic AT, brought to you by Generals Joe's REBORN.com. Today, we've got a special guest on the show, and we'll be talking a little bit about a particular convention in Des Moines, Iowa. Well, let's just get into it, shall we? One more explosion for good measure. Hey! Yes, it is Brian Sauer of Codename Iowa fame and, of course, Assembly Required 2022. How are you doing, my good man?
I'm good. You skipped the most famous part, the graphics for the Full Force, the Chuckle graphics, yes.
And these graphics right now that we're dealing with.
Exactly it. And the graphics I sent to you late last night when you said, hey, I got this guy coming on and we need some graphics.
We need your name in a box.
I know, exactly. I almost wrote you back and said, hey, so what do you want to put down for the little code name on there? Like, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's on you. You choose your own.
Yeah, I did.
And you went with the Sauer one, which is
good. I did. I thought about codename Typo, but that's a little close to the heart right now. So we'll stick with that one for now. We'll use Typo when we get closer to the show when I can make it all my mistakes. So yeah.
Well, good to have you on, my good man. And,
good talking to you again.
Good to have everyone else on as well. We've got loads of people already joining, saying hello.
Nice.
Right, Assembly Required, guys. Yeah, let's get into that, I guess. So we're going to be Brian's going to be taking us through exactly what Assembly Required is and also what's been happening in previous shows. And then, of course, what to expect for the new show. So, like I said, it's going to be another explosion. But let's get stuck into that now. It's a lot of graphic moving around in the background, by the way. So many explosions just to get to this point, and I'm just like, anyway.
Do we need to vary the explosions? Do we need to introduce like a soft explosion and a hard explosion, and like different levels of?
We might have to.
Yeah, just so that we know, like, this is time to pay attention. It's like church when they would ring the bells, right? Like. Ding, 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 like wake up
instead. Yeah, I'm sure that's way more chill, isn't it? Right then, Assembly Required, buddy. Take us through, first off, what is Assembly Required? Tell everyone that's watching.
Wow, it is this tiny little thing that we started over a decade ago. Just a little convention, kind of not your typical kind of total swap meet type of flea market type convention, even though we have that. But this is just a lot of stuff, just fan-based, community-based kind of weekend of hanging out with Joe friends and family, and getting to understand a little more about the art and the history, the kind of the legacy, the toys, meeting people, fellow community members and stuff like that. And then what we really like to do, and we love it, is to involve the kids. So definitely a family affair, something where I believe there's kids who've like started coming when they were 5 and now they're driving themselves to the show. So
that's crazy.
It is absolutely super awesome to see this happen year after year and get the same families back. So
that's awesome. I mean, yeah, it's a really great show. I've been a number of times now. It's probably my favorite G.I. Joe convention based kind of get together. It's a lot more intimate than a lot of the kind of other shows, isn't it? And when I say that, I don't mean like everyone's shirtless and oiled up.
That happens Saturday night after everything's all said and done, after Up Down and Zombie Burger, and you guys are left up to your own devices. So,
that's the thing, isn't it? There's a lot of there's a real kind of sense of community there, and you've mentioned obviously. For example, how do you kind of do the legacy, the history stuff? I mean, that's through panels, isn't it?
Right. So Joe Declassified is a very big help to us. A big, they've been supportive of us from the get-go, and they carry on. So they show up in force, and they put on a great display. They do a panel covering some of the history. They bring out some one-of-a-kind stuff. They debut actually kind of some of the stuff they find and everything. And your very own Patrick Stewart does a great job of presenting which I should say Patrick will be a special guest signing his headshots for people. Look for times for that, for when he's going to be available for autographs and photos with the family.
Need to get a naked HD one for that, don't we?
We do. Well, Naked HD I think it's scheduled for an appearance on Friday.
Oh, good.
Patrick might be showing up on Saturday. So yeah.
I hope not, actually. That's awesome. So yeah, lots of kind of good panels, really good content. Then obviously you've got retailers there. You have all sorts of stuff going on. The Finest are there, which we'll probably talk about a little bit in the later.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of kind of, and it's always very high quality. There's always like, a really cool venue. It's already really well decorated. There's loads of amazing stuff there for all G.I. Joe fans, isn't it?
Yeah. I would say this is definitely an event, something you go to and experience, and not just so much of a show up and you're hunting all the time. This is really like something that we try to create a curated experience, so that, yes, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love buying toys. I love hunting through bins. I love finding my parts. I love completing my collection. We do not want to take anything away from that.
Yeah.
But all we want to do is we want to add to that experience and give you guys more and more and more, and like that kind of stuff. And then I think this year too, like, it's been growing. The whole community has been growing with creator content that is out there, whether that's Skeletron with the Robo Skull,
there you go,
or whether it's it's the stuff that Raging Spoon comes up with year after year, or the stuff that Avex Lab shows up with. But there's a lot of that creator content that we invite back year after year, and it's awesome because, again, it's like showing the progression and maturity of the brand a little bit, and the brand extensions of. Now we're able to develop our own products in kinship with G.I. Joe, and take the things that we loved as a child and being able to not only recreate them, but create new avenues to explore down that. And it's a great place just for all that kind of creativity and everything. And that harkens back to kind of what like D-Class does and what they bring to the table with having all the past and the discoveries. And when I say past, I'm not talking necessarily Ron Rudat's original stuff from 40 years ago, which is beautiful, which they bring tons of that stuff, but they also got stuff from the last like 10 years, the whole Rise of Cobra era, the modern era, the 4-inch stuff. So they bring all sorts of kind of treats, and I'm amazed just at the fact that there's still discoveries happening all the time.
Oh, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. So many things kind of pop up in their kind of booth, I would say, and also in the panels. Carson's on as well. He says definitely need a signed Not Picard headshot. Absolutely. David Warren Hernandez says this will hopefully be my first AR convention. Awesome. Well,
awesome. Yeah.
With that said, David, this is the venue. Take us through that one then, if you will, Brian.
Well, as you can see through my not so great photograph, over there in the background is the hotel, the Hilton. That's where we've moved our official hotel closer to the venue. But now we're going to be at the Hy-Vee Hall, which is attached to the Iowa Events Center, which someday when we're a big, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000 person show, will be in the main arena. But for right now, we're occupying the first floor of the Hy-Vee Hall. So right there, for those who came last year to Forte, we are literally kitty corner. So we are about a half block closer to the hotel where you stayed at last year. So we are really like, when we try to plan this stuff out, we are looking for the simplest kind of trajectory for everybody to go. So we make sure we find a hotel next to the venue, and we're going to have, activities near the venue, late night things going on close nearby. So for anybody who's flying in from out of town, don't think you really need to rent a car. Just saying. There's like I said, everything's, and it's literally like, I took that first photo is literally showing you from the corner of Hy-Vee Hall is literally to the right, and you're seeing the hotel straight ahead. So wow. Yeah, it's really, really close. And like I said, as we grow, we move into the bigger rooms in the Hy-Vee Hall, and there's a skywalk that attaches and everything like that. So,
Cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing. Not exactly our first choice in venue this year. We knew we were eventually always going to get there. So that's kind of a little bit why we're a little late with the announcements, is because our original venue, they kind of booked the space out from underneath us, even though we reserved it right after the last show.
That's
so it does suck, but we are where we were going to eventually end up. And
that's good.
No, and they've been really great, super accommodating, and they're going to make our lives a lot easier, especially considering that we're moving to the to kind of a 2-day format.
Yeah, that's another important thing, isn't it? Because in the past, it's always just been like a kind of I say a 1-day convention, but there was always something the night before, where there would be like a get together, then there would be the show, and then there would be that evening, and then there would be the next day's brunch. So it was more than just a 1-day show, but now you're officially kind of a 2-day kind of setup, aren't you?
Yeah, I would say unofficially we're a 4-day show. Officially, we're a 2-day show right now.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Well, what else have we got on here? Well, we got obviously last year's show. So you can obviously take us through all these images that you've got here. So obviously this is the finest, isn't it?
Yep. The finest. The Tiger Hawks, they come from the Kansas City area every year, and they bring it. They bring it every year. Like little displays. They got costume changes. They're doing all sorts of stuff. These guys, huge supporters, great friends of the show. They bring so much life and energy to it. It's so fun. The kids, everything, adults. I really should have pulled some of the photos from, I think it was like 4 years ago. We were in a building where there was a class going on, and there were several. I think there was an Army colonel and an Army captain, maybe.
Wow.
In that class, and they were in uniform. And they came and posed with them, and taking shots and everything. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty cool to see them. Like, they geeked out about it. So, the finest. They're great. They're great friends of the show, and love to have them. And I feel bad because I didn't tell them I was going to mention them today, but that's okay. I tried to do my due diligence and just reach out to everybody a little bit and saying, hey, okay, if you're committed, right? You're for sure coming. Yeah. So. They'll be here.
Of course they will. It's assembly required.
Yes.
I have to.
Yes.
And obviously we've got other images that you've kind of like shown here of other aspects of the show.
We've got people who bring some of their personal items just to show, which is pretty rad. So this gentleman brought some really cool pieces, and not to mention the original artwork for the cover of G.I. Joe number 24.
Cool.
I believe. Yes, which is just, I'm so jealous of that. That's a Mike Zeck piece that is just unbelievable, and that's like one of my favorite issues. That's the one where Storm Shadow slices Gung Ho's back, while escaping with Cobra Commander. So it's such a great issue. But love seeing this stuff, like having people just want to display their collection and bring out their artifacts for us to see.
Absolutely. And also, there's a bit of Skeletron for a bit of Ben Conway and the kids, and the kids,
the kids. Yes. Well, let's not read too deeply into that photo. So last year, first ever Skeletron coloring contest. So I believe it started off as the winner of the coloring contest getting a RoboSkull, but I believe there might have been a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 10th, 20th place prizes as well.
Wow.
Going on there. So super generous, Conway, Mark, very generous. It's helping out, having some fun with the kids.
Just giving away brand new RoboSkulls.
Yeah, why not? Here, you get a RoboSkull, you get a RoboSkull. So I'm not saying if you show up to AR, you'll get a free RoboSkull, but
actually, that's a good thing. That's how you get them in, and then on the day it's like, oh, sorry guys. Sorry.
We didn't say a real RoboSkull. We just said a sticker of a RoboSkull.
Yeah, a sticker or a pin if you're lucky.
Yes, or a coloring sheet. Yeah. But you bring up with the kids, like, so we have specific activities for the kids. I want to say it's like under 10 or under like 10 and under or 11 and under. We have an activity for them to go around. They got to fill out some things. They got to go collect some things, and they come back to get prizes.
Little kind of scavenger hunts. Yeah.
Yeah, and we wanted to make sure like this is something that like, vendors repeatedly say they love it. Parents love it because now they can go around and look at everything. And the kids interact. We're giving them a chance to interact and ask questions and be a part of it. And then, like I said, they get their little treasure packs at the end of it, which in years past, we've given.
So jealous.
Oh man, we give what we do. We did. Everybody got an Ostriker last year, a retro Ostriker,
My
and
word.
one year we gave them Pursuit of Cobra, his tanks. We've given them boxes with figures and comic books. So like we just like load these kids up with stuff and and make sure that we are encouraging the next generation.
Yeah,
So
getting them addicted at an early age is what you're trying to do, and
right.
I like it.
Well, I mean, come on. Somebody's got to give me $1 million for my stinky toys that I got laying around, right? Like, come on.
So true.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So as well as that, for the new show, there are some new T-shirts. Or these are actually old T-shirts that you
Yeah. So we partnered with local print shop Raygun, which I say local, which they got like 7 stores across the Midwest. And they're doing print on demand shirts for us. And
That's
so
cool.
we brought back our Marksman series shirts with some updates, some graphical updates, because I wanted to go back and make them a little tidier. And so now they're available, with your size, whatever size that may be. You also don't have to wait for one of us to go out to the storage unit, dig through the boxes, put it in the mail, and then this is cool because this is new site up just last week, or actually Monday. Was it Monday? This Monday?
Yeah.
What is it? Today? Today's Wednesday. So yeah, 3 days ago. Not even 3 days ago.
I forgot to put that link in the description, but it will go in after the fact, guys. So if you just find the video afterwards, I'll drop it in there after the fact. The shirts are really cool. Obviously, we've got the little kind of almost like the green shirt Sunbow rifles on the left. You got the Crimson Guard in the middle, and then you got the Viper on the right. Very, very cool options. I really love those. They're awesome. Are there going to be? What kind of stuff can people expect to see at the show? Because like, there's printed stuff, like there's prints, there's posters, there's stickers, there's pins, there's all sorts of merch, isn't there?
Oh yeah. There's all sorts of stuff. I love to make stuff. I think everybody who knows me knows I love to make stuff. I'm always involved with something. So yeah, we'll do a themed T-shirt, maybe another design, a couple designs that will be available, at first come first serve at the show, later on online. We do the Cell Pop stuff, the little cartoons that the Sunbow inspired cartoon interpretations of everybody that. Last year we got a lot of traction from. Last year I was really bored because of COVID, and so I did a lot of them. This year I got a lot of work. I haven't been doing as many, but we'll do a series, original 82 lineup of card backs done in that style. They'll be complete 6x9s. They'll be heavy card stock, all decked out, complete with the cross sell on the back. It will be pretty awesome. So
awesome, man. I just wanted to put this. I just wanted to put this on the screen for Ryan. I went to the University of Iowa 20 years ago. Would love to go back and visit the area for a Joe-themed convention, no less. Come along, Ryan. You are welcome.
Oh yeah.
I will say as well, Kate and I are working to be there as well. We've already kind of got that chunk of time sorted out, so we should be at the con as well for both days. Excited for that. So I just thought drop that in there, Brian. I will say you're going to have a lot more things to reveal as the weeks go on, the months go on, right, for the show.
Right.
So
kind
of like keep an eye on all the socials. Again, links in the description for those.
Yeah, we're just at the tip of the iceberg here. Like, unfortunately, the venue thing did put us behind schedule on a lot, but we're quickly making up ground on things. So, so I don't know. We want to go into it. We could talk a little bit about some vendor details, or keep going. Just keep.
We have actually got a couple. We've got some questions that have come through.
Sweet. Yeah.
So David T. Allen, he says, what exclusive figures this year, and what's the kit for this year? And I'm guessing this is stuff that's going to be revealed later, but you can say.
I can tell you right now, Alan, we are not going to do an exclusive action figure this year. I know it breaks some hearts. Just not in the cards this year. And I don't know if we're going to do necessarily a full kit, but we are going to be doing a lot of the stuff you found in the kit last year. So we are planning a diorama. We are going to be doing a sticker set for this year. We got the cards, the Cell Pop cards, and we're going to be doing I'm trying to think of what else, because there was a couple other things that came up in our conversations that we're going to do. But yeah, as we get closer to the date, obviously we're going to be letting everybody about the merch. I think we're going to be able to do some pre-sales of that, also for pickup and for delivery. So
Awesome.
we're not necessarily going to be, the stuff that we can print kind of on demand, or we can fulfill demand as we go along, or that we can, get our handful that we need for the show and then pick up the rest afterwards. We'll make those widely available for anybody who wants those. So this year's diorama may not be as limited. I think where we run into a little bit of problems is that we do cast and 3D print the plastic bits for those, and so those might not be available, but the cardboard dios will be available. So
awesome. Cool. And I mean, like, obviously some of those gear kits were just insane in the last couple of years. So any way that we can get some of the contents of those is great for me.
Well, actually, you bring up a really good point, and a good question we've been getting a lot lately is a lot of questions about armor.
Oh, okay.
The online show, and we did not do one this year. There is extensive plans for Armor 3, and just given the state of the world, the cost of things, the sourcing of stuff,
sure,
we just felt it was best just to pause it until we can make it figure out some kind of reasonable exchange rate for the goods and this money for the services and stuff like that. So because those kits are really what funds the ability to do the armor stuff, to promote and get and pay for things that we need to pay for. But just was looking at the pricing and costing of stuff, and it's just like, I don't want to charge somebody $300 for a box of stuff. Like, I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, I understand that, there's limits. Everybody's wallet's got some limits to it. So we're going to come back at it. Like I said, but I mean, the blueprint's there. The plan is there. Like, we know what we're doing for content and speakers, and so hopefully that answers a question or two.
Absolutely. Also in the lineup here, we have this very intriguing image as well. So take us through what's going on, bud.
Well, so we were talking, and we always talk every year about theme, and that's the one thing that AR has been consistent about, is having a theme, is picking a sub team or a year or a faction or something that we love that we're going to brand everything around. Being that it's 40 years of G.I. Joe, and that there's no real celebration of this that we've seen outside of, some packaging, maybe some logos here and there, some bugs. We wanted to throw a party for the 40 years of G.I. Joe. So for our teaser image, we harkened back to that original teaser ad in the toy trades for the return of G.I. Joe back in, I think it was 1981, I think. Yeah. Like, this is as it's been pointed out, this is kind of a deep cut. So, you have no idea what's going on. So this is what we took down to us for Joe Fest, and to promote what we're doing. And so we are really just planning to celebrate 40 years of a real American hero.
Awesome. And that is, I think that's the theme. Like, the themes have been great. Like, over the years, like Tiger Force and Night Force and Ninja Force and all of that good stuff.
All the forces.
I'm still holding out for Python Patrol. When are you doing that one?
I can tell you it's not next year. And I don't know if it's the year after either. Like,
my Python Patrol cosplay.
I know. I was going to say, unfortunately, like, believe it or not, despite the problems with the venue, we have been planning and plotting years out in advance, especially with the themes and trying to work on different creative takes on stuff. So
Well,
Yeah.
I love the themes; they're great, and obviously this one's going to be cool because it's going to be the 40th celebration of the brand. Kind of opens the doors for for people like for all the themes, for the panels, for the cosplayers. It kind of opens it out a little bit and gives you kind of a bit more like freedom to work with. I know that was it. I can't remember which one it was where we were struggling to try and come up with like content for it. But there was one theme, and I was like, "Yeah, this is going to be a stretch." But we found a way, and there's always something to talk about in the GI Joe, universe.
Oh, right. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say you may be off theme a hair, but you're not really off brand ever. Like,
That's so true.
it's so much to talk about and so many things there. And like I would say if anything, if the underlying theme, if the direct theme was 40 years, I would say the underlying theme is the inspiration that we got from a real American hero.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
across the board. Did I just lose you?
You've disappeared off the screen.
I'm back.
Now you're
I
back.
don't know what happened there.
That was
Little
weird.
technical issue. Yeah.
And finally, in the images, we've got one to kind of reveal today, I guess, haven't we?
Oh yeah, we do. We certainly do.
Let's do that now. There you go.
Yes. Yeah. So the official poster, I would say graphics for the show.
Yes.
So yeah, we are going with, and it's a little bright. It's we're going with a little like like I said, celebration. So the artwork all is going to hinge around the original 82 releases. It is all taking on this very red, white, and blue pro real American hero type stuff. Again, a lot of inspiration from those early years of what G.I. Joe was and what G.I. Joe is and what it's continued to be. And so, figuring, again, it's legacy. It's a lot about legacy. And so the best way for me to think about honoring that legacy is to use the graphics and the tone and some of the vibe from those early years that really, like I said, again, inspired me personally, but has inspired a lot of people.
One thing we haven't mentioned yet, Brian, which Dave brings up in the comments. I can't wait to watch cartoons and have cereal with everyone. So yes, explain that comment, please, because that's one of my that was the thing that you brought in kind of in recent years, isn't it? But it's been a big hit.
Yeah. Well, like what would happen is people would show up early or line up early, or family members would show up. And it was like, God, it would be great if we could just all have our pajamas and watch our cartoons again. And so it's like, well, let's start cartoons and cereal at 9:00, an hour before the show opens. We set up the meeting room, the speaker room, and we literally will cobble together 3 of our favorite episodes of the cartoon of the, whether it's Sunbow or Deke. And you guys sit down. We provide the cereal, we provide the milk and the juice, and you guys just come here and watch cartoons before the show. Get hyped up.
Amazing. And that was one of the things that when you introduced that, I was kind of like, this works so well. And then obviously we had to go and ridiculously up it a dramatic level and have an entire cartoon block that ran pretty much from the beginning to the end of the day, and just obviously broke in spaces for panels and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was an undertaking. Sending you a file about the size of a planet,
huge.
It was just like intros and commercial breaks and all sorts of fun stuff. But that is a lot of fun. That's one of the things I look forward to about the show more than anything.
Again, I mean, it's so fun just to like hang out.
Yeah.
And to take away like some of the stress of like when you go to a convention. And I mean, we started during the actual Joe Con era, and when it was like you would be bugged out for the first 36 hours. Am I going to get
trying to get the sets? Just trying to get the
stand in line for 12 hours.
Oh my God.
Is my credit card going to work? Like,
why did those lines take so long to move? I've never understood that. I've never understood that. I stood in a line for like ages, like for hours on end, and it did not move. And then all of a sudden, it just slowly starts kind of like shifting, and you're still in the queue for like another 2 or 3 hours. It's crazy.
I know. I mean, I think I remember Dallas was like ever.
That was awful. And I thought I was near the front as well. We got there really early. And what I didn't see was that the line snaked around the corner, then went through a door into a room that then went round another. And I was like, oh, come on. Yeah, that was painful. And everyone's walking past you with all the bags of exclusives, and you're just kind of like,
let me see. Yeah.
It was, I'm not going to lie, that was stressful. As much as I love JoeCon, my God, those were stressful moments. That isn't something I really feel at AR, and I think that's one of the reasons I love it so much, is because you go there, you hang out, you chat, you have fun, and it's just like there's no real pressure, and I kind of I really enjoy that. It's nice, and that's even the same with like a little panel that I've had to do them in the past, but even then they're fun, and like loads of people in there just having a laugh and everything. It's great, so it's definitely my favorite convention in GI Joe sphere, 100%.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear it. I know there's a lot of people who who come one year and they're like, I'm just going to see what this is like, and then they just repeat visitors. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just when else are you guys going to come to Des Moines, Iowa? Really? Like, if you don't live here, like, it's not like, hey man, where should we go to vacation at, honey? Oh, let's go to Des Moines, Iowa.
We were really happy that we get to go to Zombie Burger, because Zombie Burger is amazing, and the Uptown. The Uptown is dope as well.
There's all sorts of fun stuff to do, like around it. Yeah. So
Ryan says, very cool image, Brian, and
Thank
it
you,
is.
Ryan.
There you go. Brian. And also Ryan has said, who are Brian's top 3 Joes and Cobras? Okay, start with your Joes then, Brian. Top 3.
Oh, top.
Can I guess?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say Flash.
Yes.
Okay, Flash is 1. I'm gonna say. Oh, this is actually getting harder now, because I did know that you're a fan of Flash. There's another one in the OG 13, isn't there?
There is.
Is it? I'm gonna say rock and roll.
Right.
Am I right?
You're absolutely right.
I'm not going to bother with the third one, because I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. You go. You tell everyone who your favorite Joes are.
Oh man, I only got my top 2. I don't really have like necessarily a third that like I'm like always like gotta have like.
I can't believe I got 2 of them.
I know. Well, I mean, you should. I tell everybody about it. Flash was my first Joe I got, and rock and roll quickly became my favorite after I got him. And like,
amazing.
Back in the straight arm days, Cobras though.
Oh,
Cobras. Yes.
I'm gonna say your favorite Cobras are.
Oh, you should know this. You should know at least my favorite Cobra.
Why don't I know this? Is it going to be someone? Is it quite obvious?
Kind of obvious. If you think about like where my
Zartan.
Nope.
Firefly.
He's in the top 5, but not the top 3.
Blood.
Yes, he's number 1.
Okay, I can't believe I didn't know that. Okay, go on, tell him the rest then.
Yeah. And then it's followed up with Scrap Iron.
Oh yes, actually I did know that I did know Scrap Iron was one.
Yes, Scrap Iron. And I don't tell too many people this, but it really is kind of Storm Shadow.
Oh, that's nice.
Storm Shadow rounds out my top 3 because
choices.
I love Storm Shadow. It's hard because like it's both for me, the figure, the design, the comic book, the cartoon, but a lot of it also comes down to the memory of getting that figure. Yeah. And what was going on and what was happening and everything like that. So yeah, it's pretty good. As a bonus, do you know which one of my favorite Joe vehicle is?
Vamp?
No.
Ram?
No.
Is it early?
Not that early.
Oh, then it's probably I don't know. I've already forgotten.
Oh, it's the Mauler.
Oh, that's a good one. That is an absolute beauty.
Yeah, I've got a couple dozen maulers.
Mauler's one of the best. Mauler probably is
Mhm.
the best tank for the Joes. It's
I just
so cool.
love it, love it, love it.
Nomad's Wandering says we aim to make AR as chill as possible, and
Ah,
that has definitely been my experience of the convention as well. Apart from the time I had the kidney,
oh, the problem, yeah.
it wasn't stones in the end. We've
Right,
assumed
right,
it was a
right.
kidney infection. But no, I
Yes,
tell a lie. I'm talking about the wrong thing. It was the appendicitis that happened that year.
yes,
It was
yes.
my appendix was on the verge of bursting, and then for some reason, I had a couple of like I was up all night. It was terrible. It was a horrible evening.
Mhm, mhm.
I don't know what the hell was going on. I was in agony. I think I ended up like getting like very little sleep, like not almost
Oh,
zero
yeah.
sleep. I had some painkillers that Kate had to run out and get from in the middle of like 3 a.m. or some whatever it was. And then I took them, took the edge off, and then 9 months later, my appendix burst, or almost did. So I had to have it out 9 months later. But I
Oh,
did I can't believe that happened. Anyway, that's irrelevant.
yes, yes.
But yes, yeah, other than that, Nomad, yeah, it's chill and I love it. What else we got going on here? Thomas says Flash was the one who stood out in the original run. Couchboy says my first Joe was 375 straight arm rock and roll.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thomas also says Firefly. Diagnostic says Captain Kirk is from Iowa. It looked nice in Field of Dreams too. There you go. That's why people are going to Iowa.
Yes. It's only a couple hours away if you want to go to the Field of Dreams. And also is Captain Kirk's. Yeah.
Aaron E. Nichols says my first was Mainframe. That's a good, actually. That's a pretty dope figure to get first.
Yes.
Christoph Black says Naked HD would be fun right now. Yes, it would. But Pat's clearly busy at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't think we signed his release for this show, so yeah, I don't think he's coming on.
Couchboy says Tommy is always the best. So another Storm Shadow fan. Aaron also says I need a mauler. Well, come to AR. I'm sure there'll be a mauler there.
Yeah, I kind of have been really not buying a lot of maulers anymore. I've kind of said, okay, this is enough. I'm good. Even though every time an auction pops up or I'm at a store and I see one, I'm like, do I need you? Do you want to come home and join the flock? Yeah,
I can just imagine just an absolute sea of tan. Everywhere.
It's crazy. It's upstairs in my attic, and they are literally lined up like all the way down the wall. So it's like yeah,
like it's a motor pool.
It is. Yes.
Amazing.
So, yes.
Couchboy says 9-month appendix or a baby alien. It could have been a baby alien. Actually, it felt like it. I was out cold when they took it out, so it could definitely have been an alien. And Ryan says our Joe collection started with grunt and rock and roll to supplement the Star Wars Endor Rebel Troopers. You supplemented your Star Wars figures with a couple of Joes. How disgusting! I'm just kidding, Ryan. That's awesome. Robert H says my first was built to rule Moray. Female dial tone was my first normal Joe. That's a really interesting couple of figures there, Robert. And that's probably the most interesting first Joes I've ever heard someone have, actually. Can you think of any more than that? Like, has anyone ever kind of dropped that on you before, Brian?
I mean, like Ice Cream Soldier or Ozone or something like that, but not like, not picking out from like, well, I mean, Robert's got to be a young cat here, right? Like he's,
You're putting us to shame, Robert.
I know,
we're all
exactly.
Like, he's like Brian's like feeling the age now, when he's like rock and roll.
much more age appropriate for playing with toys than we are.
Mine was Flint. For anyone that cares, mine was Flint and Quick Kick from the 87 International Heroes lineup. But they were my two. Anyway, I've probably because I've told everyone that no one's asking me because they know. Yeah. David says Brian is always putting it forward for fans. Love Brian, and a heart emoji as well. Brian,
thanks, David. David was a first-time show attendee last year, and we had a blast. Like it was fun. It was funny because he showed up with Bill Leach, and I was literally driving by the hotel, and Bill posted on Facebook, "Anybody want to go to lunch?" I literally turned around, went to the hotel, picked those two up, and took them out to lunch.
Nice.
in middle of running around getting stuff for the show, because like all of a sudden I realized I do need to eat. Let me go eat with these guys. So like it's totally like that kind of vibe to it, where it's just like,
it's a
no,
free for all, an absolute free for all.
Kind of. It definitely is very organized chaos. But again, it is that kind of thing where like, no, let's go meet the new people. Let's go have fun. Let's go talk to people. It's not pretentious. We don't want to be pretentious. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, we should talk about the second day.
I will in a second. I just want to put this out from Demon Rider. He says Missile Defense Unit was first for me. That's pretty cool. That's very cool.
Yes.
He's also, so the diorama stuff is at the foundation for me. That's an assembly required connection. It really is. And again, it sounds like we're going to get another diorama, which is great. So thank you for that, Brian. Yeah, take us through. Sorry, what you were about to say there with the was it the first or the second
Friday? Yeah. Friday. So Friday, so I sat down, and this was not that long ago. I wrote out my dream scenario for assembly required. And it was this, we'll have this Thursday pre-party. We'll have this Friday thing, all day Friday thing. We'll have Saturday, and we'll have a Sunday thing. And so all of a sudden I was looking at it, and it kind of made sense. We've got to pay for the venue anyways on Friday.
Yeah.
So let's turn Friday into another day, but let's not make it a showroom day, an all showroom day.
Right.
So what we're going to start with is, and I'll tell this right now, is the difference between Friday and Saturday is going to be, you pay for everything on Friday, but Saturday is free. So we're still keeping the free show floor. By God, I'm going to try to keep that free show floor on Saturday for as long as I can make it financially feasible.
Yeah.
That was a big thing for us, was that we wanted people just to show up. We didn't want any barriers for entry into the sales floor. You just show up, you go into the sales floor, you can buy, you could look, you could browse, you could feed that curiosity from back in the day.
Yeah.
But Friday, I would say, is kind of your expert day, the day for the hardcore fan. So we're going to do a vehicle customs class.
Cool.
I'm not going to reveal too much about it, because we do have everything planned out. We just want to I want to make sure we're solid before unveiling this stuff. So we're talking about the first half of the day doing a vehicle custom class, possibly with a figure. We're talking about doing some special kind of panels or interactive stuff mid-afternoon. We are doing a preview night of the sales floor.
Oh, nice.
So everybody we'll get into the whole pay thing later about what it costs and all that stuff. But there is a preview night for about 2.5 hours of the sales floor for those people to come and visit. And then there is the dinner on Friday as well. And for everybody to get together and have dinner. 1 second, please. My dog is going to have a freak out because I'm blocking her path over here. It is after 5 o'clock, and I'm not on the couch. So this is a problem.
Poor Moxie.
Yes. So basic, kind of like four basic things, and we understand that it's not for everybody, and it's cool that it's not for everybody. So we're working out the price tiers, but there's a all-in price for everything. Then you can either, back it out from there. I want to do 3 of the 4 things. I want to do 2 of the 4 things. I just want to go to dinner. So everything will be priced accordingly and try to be reasonably priced as best as we can. And then there's also always going to be a lot of goodies that come with it. So exclusive things. Last year we did the Breakers bubblegum.
Oh, that was so cool.
Yeah. And that was a dinner exclusive, and some posters, and I think we did a sticker as well. So
so the bubblegum was a classified a kind of scale piece for Breaker, wasn't it, that attached to his microphone?
Yes. And it actually was 2 pieces. One was just a round ball, and then another one was it exploding. And Raging Spoon did not pay attention and thought, ooh, bubblegum. And popped it in. He's like, oh, resin, not bubblegum.
But it was in an amazing box.
Yeah. So it was really cool. But a lot of those little details and stuff like that. So, we again, Harkening back to that idea, like everything for me comes back to that idea of when I would get a vehicle, you would open it up, and yes, you know you're getting the vehicle. That's cool. That's great. I want to play with that. But what I want to explore is all the extra stuff I didn't know was going to be in there, whatever the offer was, what's in the catalog, what other package they threw in there. And so try very hard to kind of create that, keep a couple things a secret, keep a little things, that you find out once you get there. But yeah, we definitely want to make sure that everybody gets a good experience. So
TF Expo in KC does that, custom class and preview night Friday, rest of the show Saturday, and it's worked out well for them. Helps justify a long drive to have the extra day. Cool. Totally. It's like I said, in the past, it hasn't felt like one day. It felt more like three. Kind of like, an evening on Friday, the day on Saturday, and then most of the day on Sunday, or like half of the day on Sunday. So I've always felt like it's a bit bigger than that. So the fact that you've like expanded it a little bit more, given people a little bit more to kind of get their teeth into, I think that's fantastic. And again, a lot of these details are going to come out, like times and all that kind of stuff, schedule of events, that kind of stuff, and then obviously what those events are going to be too. A lot of that's going to come in the next few months or so, isn't it? In terms of it,
hopefully a few days.
Okay.
It seems like the train's moving pretty quick. We're locking stuff down. Actually, I'm happy to say that Ron Wagner will be back at AR this year.
Brilliant.
He skipped last year because of COVID. COVID year last year made it a little bit of an interesting show, but I still felt like attendance was stronger than I thought it was going to be last year, as far as given everything, the status of the world. But I got off the phone with Ron, I don't know, 2 hours before I came on here, and he was jazzed and excited about it and loves coming out and seeing everybody. So
Ron's amazing. And the fact that all of his artwork is spread around Des Moines is just insane, isn't it? Well, not just his art, but like all of his literally his art, all sculptures,
and walls and everything.
It's insane. And to keep seeing his signature on stuff and being like, I found another piece. It's like a scavenger hunt for Ron's art in Des Moines, Iowa. It's brilliant. Couchboy says, any word on who you are customizing in the class? One character made by all the class. Do you choose who you make?
We don't know about a character yet, but it is a vehicle, and the first thing we're doing is a vehicle. We're working on seeing if we can pull off a figure as well. So
cool.
We decided to go a little different. Like, I don't get me wrong.
It's USS Flag, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Classified
scale. Yes. Actually, it's a 12-inch scale, but it's also backwards compatible to 6-inch. So don't worry about it. Whatever. Everybody, tractor trailers will be available.
If it was like your fake 112, like your fake 12-inch scale, it would probably be a good scale for 3 3/4, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would work.
What was it? Who was the guy? Some guy built like what, a 60-foot one in his basement or something?
It's insanity. It's insane.
Yes.
But also, I'm glad that exists. Well done to whoever did that.
I know. So no, we're going to have a really fun customs class. It's going to be something where it's good for all skill levels.
Yeah.
So that's again, we're trying to think of it because I'm going to be straight up with y'all. I hate painting eyeballs. I can't paint eyeballs on my figures. And so, yes, like I either if we did a figure, it would have to have goggles or glasses or a mask, or we just like, I don't know, a skeleton face or something like that. But like, so like
real human eyeballs.
Or just one big eyeball for a head. Like that's all it is. Just one eyeball to paint in, which would be pretty rad. But no, we are, like I said, a vehicle, and then possibly we're looking at a driver for that vehicle. So
Cashby says all making the same vehicle or varying.
It will be the same vehicle, but you can customize it as you like.
Good point.
So we're gonna go through and show I would say the preferred builds, but then we have alternate builds, and we would be, you bring the core vehicle, we provide the modification parts, and we also provide a scrap bin full of additional things. So
that's fantastic. That sounds great.
And again, what we want to have happen is we don't want you to take your customs home with you right away. We want to put a table out on Saturday so you can display your work. We want to see these customs. I mean, like I love the customs classes at other places, but again, I want to see everybody's work out on display. Like, show it off to the class, show these people what they missed out on. Like, yeah, that's what. And so, yes, that's one requirement we're going to make is can't take it home right now. You take it home on Saturday, but right now I want to put it out and like I want to take a group picture of everything and have them out there because, again, we're promoting the hobby in every facet we can, and customizing is such a big deal and has been such a big inspiration for everybody. So
it does sound cool, Aaron, and I'm excited to do that as well. And Catchway says that's dope. I'd love to learn kit bash, redeco, and customizing. Well, it's the place to do it. I'll tell you that much. Awesome, man. Well, is that everything? I think that's everything. Is there anything else you have to talk about?
We know some vendors who are coming already.
Oh, okay, good, awesome.
We got some vendors. We've got okay. So this is the unique thing about the situation we're in this space. We've got 30 tables, 30 spaces, 30 vendors, space for that much. But if we do happen to go over that, we've got room to go. Good. So we can go and occupy another. We can bring in more space. So, yes. So what do we know? We know that we've got D-Class coming to set up. We know we've got RoboSkull coming to show off.
Skeletron.
We've got Longbow who's going to be coming again, and I believe I never got confirmation back from Troy, but I believe they might be previewing some new stuff at AR.
Fantastic.
At least that was the scuttlebutt with those guys at Joe Fest. That they were going to preview some stuff for us. What else do we have going on? We got Raging Spoon showing up. We got AVAC's Lab coming through for us. Also, AVAC has been of great help for the show. Actually, everybody's been a great help for the show. AVAC especially helps us out with with casting pieces and augmenting our kits and stuff like that. So I want to give Kobe a special shout out for that.
Big time.
Yeah. And then we know that we've got After Action Report.
Oh, cool.
Actually, I just helped Roger and Josh out with Volume 2. Roger, with his little medical bout, and came in just to help pick up a little extra slack. And it sounds like he may be passing the baton on to me to take over and work with Josh on Volume 3, which which sounds like that will be a Kickstarter launch at AR or around or near AR. So very pleased about that. This will be really cool because this Volume 3 will cover the IDW years all the way up to issue 300, which will be the end of the Hama run as we know it now.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's going to happen in the future, but that would be really cool. So they'll be their first time here. And then I'm super excited because, again, it seems like I'm involved in everybody's little project or helping out somehow. Carson, 3D Joe's collecting the art of G.I. Joe, which I'm helping out with putting together the book. Carson will be showing up. We will have proofs of the book.
Wow.
We'll have physical
coffee table
of the yes. This thing is a brutal weapon.
Actually, it's more like a dining table, isn't it?
God, the thing is huge. It's giant. It's like you bench press with it. It's that big. It's that massive of a deal. So we'll have that, and got to remember this is going to be post Operation Recall Kickstarter. So I'm hoping I'm be talking out of school a little bit, but I'm hoping we're going to have some really cool stuff to look at that is coming from the creators to show the figures and the process and everything like that. Fantastic. So super, super excited to have that. That'll be just another reason to come check it out. And then I heard a rumor that if it comes through, we might be doing some kind of podcast thing, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe we might have to reveal that one later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that offline. Yeah. I'm putting you on the spot right now.
Not at all. I think what the plan is we want to do like a fun, then instead of a panel, it will technically kind of be a panel, but Pat and I are probably going to do our Full Force Weekly live from the show in front of, the adoring fans in the panel room. But yeah, that's effectively as far as we've got in terms of what we're doing. But yeah, it will be a little bit of work, I think, to get done. But we've already got we've sort of figured out the best way to do it. So yeah, we're probably going to be doing something along those lines on Saturday. Really excited for that, actually. By the way, I think it'll be quite funny. Yeah. Will that follow cartoons and serial? It probably will.
It will. I've been kind of working it all throughout my mind, and working on some of the technical stuff we need. But yeah, it would pretty much be like, yeah, right after that, we're going right into, it'll be just like my Saturday. Like literally, I get coffee and donuts and listen to the full force. Like that's my Saturday morning.
Oh, I feel bad.
So it'll be going on. Well, we always like to take it easy on Saturdays.
There's David has mentioned that James Cav's going to be there as well, isn't he?
Oh, totally forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. James Cavanaugh with his book, The Noted Author, with the unofficial G.I. Joe Club. Will be there. Yeah, and I might be some kind of joint announcement coming from that one too. Like there's
a lot to come.
There's a lot of things going on, and there'll be a lot of information and a lot of stuff. Yeah, and so and don't forget, we got toy vendors too. We got a number of people coming from the Midwest bringing stuff to sell, like lots of stuff, both vintage, retro, classified, like all that kind of stuff. And if I have any time, I haul some of my stuff out there too. So
and there's a lot of it. I can tell you that much.
But
I can tell you that from the images you send me, I know there's a lot of it.
Oh yeah,
of your stuff.
There is too much. My wife would not mind if I just put it all up on the auction block and let it all go. So, but yeah, amazing. So it's going to be packed. I don't know if anybody picked up on this. I've been trying to coin August as AR August. I figured we had Joe June, G.I. Joe July. Why don't we make it assembly required August? I don't know.
Nice. AR August.
Yeah.
Our August. I'm going to call it August. Our August from now on. No, that's totally cool. I'm up for that. I'm up for a bit of assembly required August. Serpentor September.
Oh, there you go.
October Guard. Jovember. And then
Jovember, yeah.
Yo ho ho, Joe. It's a funny old Christmas. Anyway, right.
Like that. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I think that's everything now, Brian. I think we've discussed it all, haven't we?
Oh, I'm sure there's more stuff though, but that's for a later date. We got more. We got 3 months until the show. Vendor information should be going up on Friday on the website, codenameiowa.com.
Link in the description.
Link in the description. And the packages for Friday will also be going up August 15th. Okay. And so we'll be sending out information. There is a email sign up on the website. So if you want information, please go to that. All the sales, all the merchandise, all the stuff we make and sell goes back to just funding the show. I don't keep a dime. So it all goes, like it's just kind of self-propelling kind of thing.
Self-fulfilling prophecy is what the
kind of like that. Yet we don't quite have the margins of like the club used to have. But again, we just want to, this is fun. This is for me, for Steve, for Travis, David, for Dak. We all just do this because we have a big joy from this brand and everything that it's been brought for. And I just want to celebrate and have, and enjoy this with my friends. Like that's absolutely, man, what it's all about. I got distracted because I saw that go up there. I already coined
a real deal. I coined a real American hero August already. So we can't have AR. We can't have a August. We have to have our August instead.
Yes, exactly.
That's assembly required American hero anyway.
All right, it is.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. Couch Boy says sounds like an amazing convention. It is, Couch Boy. Trust me.
Hope you show up. Yeah.
It's really, really awesome. We're just what we'll do now is we'll switch into just a 2-person screen.
All right.
You know the deal. Another explosion coming, and then we'll wind down. Okay, back in the
All
room.
right.
A
Yes.
bit of messing around again, but it's all
I
good.
know.
Even though I'm like an absolute crazy person off screen during that explosion. I need to make that longer. I need to make like a double explosion or something. Anyway, guys, well, Brian, first and foremost, thank you, mate, for jumping
Oh,
on
no.
and
Thank
chatting with
you.
us about Assembly Required. I'm really excited for this year, November 4th and 5th.
And 4th and 5th.
4th and 5th. Do not forget it at the Hy-Vee Hall in Des Moines, Iowa.
I was going to say at the Iowa Event Center in Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah, I don't know why we have these long, crazy names, but I guess we do.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, there you go. Be there or be not there. That is the question. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But there are going to be more things to announce in the coming days. So keep an eye on, well, we'll be sharing it as well, but keep an eye on Codename Iowa on, again, links in the description, Instagram, Facebook, all the good stuff. Any other places? The website?
Instagram, Facebook, website. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I just tell everybody to, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell anybody, tell your mom. But just come on out. Oh, I know. Before I forget, we're going to do another calendar this year, and we're going to launch a poll to find out who should be on that calendar. So stay tuned for that.
That sounds fun. The calendars are brilliant. Was it the last one that had all the cell pops?
Yes, and we're doing the cell pop again, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna put out a number of characters I've already stockpiled, and some I haven't done yet, so that we can kind of get a nice mix of things going on there for that. But no, we're open. Shoot us your suggestions, ideas. Holler if you got any ideas. Like, we like to hear from people. We like to have suggestions. So
awesome. See most, if not all of you at AR. Absolutely. It's been an absolute pleasure. Links in the description for everything. More announcements to follow. Brian, it's been a pleasure, mate. Thanks for jumping on. Thanks to everyone in the comments as well that's been flooding us with questions and comments and all that kind of good stuff. Really, really appreciate it all, guys. Brian, I will speak to you very soon, I guess.
Oh, yes, you will. Yeah. I was hoping you were going to say it's time to do the full force.
Well, it is.
We are
that point.
Yeah, but no, you'll I'll get a couple texts tonight about some graphics we need for tomorrow.
I need this tomorrow. I need
it
now.
Okay, that was great, but now I need you 5 hours to stay up and work on more stuff for me. Yeah. It's the way it is. I know how it goes.
It's life, isn't it? I guess.
Yes,
No, it's been. Thanks for all of your great work on not just the show and the Assembly Required stuff, but obviously on our show. It's truly appreciated, and I think everyone loves it too. Like from the response we get from all of the great graphics that we have on the show. But yeah, an absolute pleasure to have you on again, buddy. You know what time it is.
It is that time.
So everyone in the comments also better make sure they do this. You know what's coming. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Full force. I'm not going anywhere until I see it in the comments, though. If I don't see it in the comments, we ain't shifting. There we go. Okay, thank you, guys.
Naked HD. Chimed in.
Where's Naked HD? Where have you been, Pat? God damn it. Right, we'll see you guys later. Take care.
All right, see ya.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Bye. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, Full Force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @The Full Force, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/The Full Force, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/The Full Force Podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.